Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl, Emily. I'm a Nigerian content creator who lives in PEI, Canada. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again. So I film about immigration, travel, lifestyle, family. I do vlogs as well. So if this is something you're interested in, kindly click that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a video. So guys, thank you so much. I can see that a lot of you shared my previous video. I can see your comments in the comment section. That video is almost at 3,000 views, and by the time I'll be putting this video up, it should have been on 3,000 or 3,500. So guys, currently I'm just in my daycare. I'm a daycare teacher as well in Canada. I'm currently in my daycare and I thought to film this video. A lot of you have asked me from the previous video, why did I leave Germany? And for you to properly understand why I left Germany, you have to understand why I first came to Germany. If Germany has good health care, they have a good standard of living, they have excellent transportation, why did I leave Germany? So I used to live in Ukraine. I moved from my home country, Nigeria, to Ukraine in 2019. And I left Ukraine February 28th of 2022 as a result of the war between Russia and Ukraine. So I moved from Ukraine to Slovakia, and from Slovakia I came to Germany. And the reason why I couldn't stay in Slovakia because I couldn't get health insurance, because as of that time I was 7 months pregnant, and a lot of my friends had already left Ukraine earlier, maybe a week when the war started, a week or a few days. So they had moved to Germany, and they told me that in Germany I could get health care, health insurance for my baby, and that's why I left Slovakia again and moved to Germany. So now you understand that I left Slovakia because I couldn't get health insurance and I needed to see a doctor for my baby because I was already bleeding at that time and I was about 7 months pregnant. So guys, we moved to Germany, and when we moved to Germany, we had only one friend that we knew in Germany, and that was my husband's friend from back home. And he accommodated me, my husband, my brother, and 2 of my friends that left Ukraine with us as of that time. And we lived in his apartment. It wasn't very comfortable for him to accommodate 5 other people, and I was expecting a baby. So my friend posted on several groups for people that lived in Germany that was accommodating people from Ukraine, and a German family reached out to them that they could accommodate us. But now we had to leave where we were staying, and it was about 4 hours from where the German couple lived in Essenheim. So this is the reason I came to Germany, and this is why I moved from the city I was in to Essenheim. So when I got to Essenheim, life was okay. I didn't think too much of it. I just had to register for insurance. I went to Niederhome, which was like the government, a local government, if I must say. It was like local government. So I went to Niederhome. They asked me if I needed anything for my baby. They helped me with registration. They did everything for me. Like, they even paid me every month in Germany. But what I didn't understand is that I was staying in Germany illegally. So I was illegal in Germany. I thought after the registration, it meant that I was legal. I could do whatever I wanted. I could get a job. I could school if I wanted. I didn't know that I was still illegal in Germany until we had to go to the immigration with those documents that we had. We met somebody at immigration, and the man looked us in the face and said, "You have been living in Germany for a month illegally. Do you know you're illegal?" I was shocked. I was like, illegal? Like, I already did my registration. I have insurance. He said, no, you don't have a legal stay to be in Germany, and you people have to leave. And that moment, he hit me because I'm like, I'm expecting a baby. Where am I going to? Ukraine. I have a home in Ukraine. My husband just bought an apartment in Ukraine. Where am I going to go to? Like, and he said, the way it worked in Germany at that time, and I know it still works the same way, Berlin, let's say Berlin, a city, Berlin, they can decide to keep people like students or immigrants from Ukraine that was fleeing the war. And mines can say, no, we cannot keep them. So Calgary can say, we're going to keep immigrants from Ukraine. And my province, or maybe Summerside would say, or Charlottetown would say, no, we cannot keep them. So that was the situation. Some of my friends in other bigger cities, they were keeping them. But because I had already done my registration in Niederholm, which is close to Essenheim, I couldn't move to another province, and no other province could take me because I was registered under the other province that didn't want to take me, if that makes sense. So that was the problem, and I went to the immigration every single day from my 7-month pregnancy to my 8-month. I didn't miss one day going to the immigration to speak to somebody. The doors were closed. We couldn't come into the immigration, and you had to book an appointment. But even booking the appointment was, you couldn't see somebody till months later. It was already April. I'd received the documents that I had to leave Germany, and the document said I had to leave by August 31st of 2022. The appointment I was getting was around September, October. This is far away, and I need to speak to somebody to know the right documents to put in place so I could stay in the country legally. And at that moment, I was put on bed rest because the bleeding was not stopping. I was just so stressed, and my cervix was already open as of 7 months. So I was put on bed rest, but I cannot be on bed rest knowing fully whether I am illegal, right? I couldn't be on bed rest. So one day, I don't know what really happened. We just came across these Nigerians in Germany. I think, okay, we had applied for a school, Hochschule Mainz. I'm going to put it here, Hochschule Mainz. We had applied for this school, and they had like a get-together party or something. And we had gone for the get-together, and we met some other Nigerians, and they said, you know what? If you move to Mainz, then you could get the legal stay for a period of like 3 to 6 months. They had made a statement like that. But the problem moving to Mainz, I couldn't move to Mainz because I didn't have accommodation there. Where I lived was in Essenheim, and Essenheim to the city, like the center of Mainz, it's 15 minutes away. So Niederholm was not willing to give us documents. We're undocumented in Germany as a result of we're not able to get appointments. We're not able to see the immigration. We didn't know what documents to submit. And we had less than 3 to 4 months to leave the country. Now I have to move to Mainz City. But the problem with moving to Mainz City is that Mainz were not giving accommodation. So some provinces will give you accommodation if you choose to move there. Mainz was not giving accommodation, and you need address registration to show that you live in Mainz for you to apply for your residence permit. So I couldn't do anything. I was just between a rock and a hard place. So I remember the family we lived with at that time decided to throw me a pregnancy photo shoot. I wasn't really interested. I wasn't really happy about the whole thing. The atmosphere was not a happy one, but they said, you have to do this. This is your first baby. You'll be happy, things like that. They encouraged me, and we did a pregnancy photo shoot. And I remember vividly the photographer that came to photograph us for the pregnancy photo shoot. We got talking. We explained to her everything that's been going on in our lives. And you know what she said? She said, I have an accommodation in Mainz. You can come live with me if you guys would like, and then you can apply for your residence permit. And you know what, guys? This is how we left this German couple to go live with another German family in Mainz, which was 15 minutes away, so that we could apply for our residence permits. So we left to go live with those people so that we can apply for a German residence permit. They were nice. That time I already had my baby. But the problem is that the school, Hochschule Mainz, we were applying for admission. They are just already giving us admission. But the problem was that I had to come to school Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, I could study online. You guys can't believe that the day I had my baby, he was born with jaundice, and he was in the hospital for extra 4 days. The day he was discharged, I went to class with a newborn child because I needed that admission document to submit to immigration, and immigration didn't care whether I just had a baby or they didn't care. They want to they needed to see that you were going to school for you to apply for a residence permit. And I know a lot of you would say, why didn't you apply for a job? I just had a baby. Nobody's about to give a newborn mother or a pregnant woman a job. I did apply for jobs. I needed B1 proficiency, that's the B1 proficiency, and I didn't speak German at all. And my husband tried applying for a job as a train conductor, as anything, as a gardener, as whatever. He wasn't getting the job because he didn't speak B1 proficiency in German. So the only way to get the B1 proficiency was to go to school to learn German. And for me to go to school, I had to go with my newborn son. And this is what we were doing for several months. But it wasn't also guaranteed, because even if you have the admission, even if you have block funds, they can still refuse to give you your study permit or your study visa. As they can just refuse to give it to you. So we were there, and it was so frustrating for me, with being awake all night with a newborn, breastfeeding, being stressed, not taking time to properly heal, going to a German class. Like, everything was so hectic for me. It was really, really frustrating for me. And to top it all up, the immigration man had already told us that even if you apply for a residence permit, it is not guaranteed that you will get it, even after providing all documents. So we had to get our own insurance. And something I didn't quite say or quite mention in this video is that in neither I was getting like free insurance, so the government was paying for the insurance. But for every time I went to the hospital to see a doctor, they had to call the insurance company, and then they had to call the local government to confirm, is this real? Are you guys gonna really pay? And I had to sit down and wait while the doctor attended to every other person. And it made me feel bad. It made me feel a certain kind of way. I was like, I just want to leave this country. It's not good for me. Like, I was feeling somehow. It could be the baby emotions or anything, but I wasn't just happy. Everywhere I went to, like to see a doctor or something, they always have to confirm. I have to wait for them to get through to the government or to the insurance company. Like, everything was just happening so fast. And maybe if I had come into Germany as a student, or I got a job to Germany, maybe I wouldn't feel that way. Maybe not maybe, I'm certain I wouldn't feel that way. I'm certain that I wouldn't have gone through all this kind of stress. But this was a circumstance that I found myself in, and I just had to continue my life, right? I have to continue my life. So what happened is that I got a job offer from a company. Like, if you want to know how I got a job offer, I'll leave a link to the video up here so you can click on it. I know how I moved to Canada from Germany. So I got a job offer, but the problem was that I couldn't apply from Germany because I had to be legal in the country of my country of residence to apply for a Canadian visa. So I kept on pushing to get my German residence permit. I was saying, you know what, at one point we even thought that if we got this German residence permit, maybe we would stay in Germany. We wouldn't have to move to Canada. At least we have 20 hours per week. My husband can work, I can work. And lo and behold, guys, we applied for the residence permit. It came out. Tell me why it says Arbeiten nicht erlaubt. Means that we couldn't work with our student residence permit. We couldn't work, guys. So after careful consideration, like all the stress, everything, my family and I decided that we were going to move to Canada, where I already applied for a work visa. My husband already got an open work permit. I already applied for my permanent residence, and the process was already moving. I thought about the dreams of moving to Canada and the life we would have here. I didn't have to worry for health insurance for my son. I didn't have to worry. We didn't have to live with people. Like, we could buy a home here. I could start my own business, which I already did, and I'm really grateful to God for that. So after carefully thinking about everything, we moved to Canada. So this is the story of why I left Germany. And if it's something you resonate with, leave your comments in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.